let's shoot this video. What have you been doing all morning? Honestly, I've just been watching the highlights over and over again and laughing. That's fair. Let's go! Why not? The Toronto Maple Leafs! I guess my brand is a yell and scream. I don't script these. Are the Leafs all right? So what you get is from the heart. Welcome to LFR. Victory puppies, buddy! They're going to the playoffs! Woo! That was a close one. Wasn't sure for a while. That's a joke. That's a joke. Calm down. Leafs win! Leafs win! There it is. Allergies. 4-1 over the Montreal Canadiens. That's who it was. Austin, you're not a nice man. Why? How could you do that to them? Before we talk about that game, I want to draw your attention to something. By the time this video is done and uploaded, Chris Johnston from Sportsnet will probably have run a full marathon in support of Conquer COVID-19. And as Elliot Friedman tweeted, not only is he running a full marathon in support of Conquer COVID-19, he is doing it while wearing this shirt, the Juggernaut! Let's go! I don't feel like running 4.2 kilometers, let alone 42, so let's make this worth Chris's while. Link in the description down below. Let's make a donation in his honor. It's a worthwhile cause. We all know that. So now, let's talk about this game. There have been a lot of quirks in this year's schedule. Obviously, it's not the same. It's not 82 games, it's 56. It's a little condensed. There's all these, series. You'll go to Vancouver and play, 3 games. But because of the condensed schedule and the fact that you're playing 2 or 3 games at a time against a team, there aren't too many huge advantages in the schedule. Like, for example, when last season the Leafs played 3 games against the Montreal Canadiens on the second half of a back-to-back with travel. This game, however, the Leafs had a clear advantage, and it's rare. This game was the end of the Montreal Canadiens having 4 games in 6 days, and it's their first home game after being in Western Canada since April 17th. Brendan Gallagher was already out. Carey Price was already out. Jonathan Drouin, it was just announced that he's taking a leave. Paul Byron was out. Thomas TOR is out. That is not a fun time. Yes, they do have Cole Caulfield in the lineup finally, and everybody in Leafs Nation was tweeting me he's getting his first goal tonight, right? Even though I was kind of sure at the back of my mind as well, they should win this game. And it's not fun for Montreal very fast. In the first minute of the game alone, Tyler Toffoli takes a tripping penalty on Alex Galchenyuk, and while the Habs are trying to get to the puck, Cole Caulfield runs face first into an official. And the Leafs' new look loaded up power play goes to work. And they're wrestling their way out of the slump. They've actually had a few goals recently. They didn't score on the power play last game, but they had a bunch of chances, and they have had luck against the Montreal Canadiens on the power play this year. How's this gonna go? Well, the way it's gonna go is they're gonna look like they never had a slump to begin with. The Leafs, with possession in the Montreal Canadiens zone, they're looking for gaps. They're looking to open up space. Austin Matthews draws in 2 defenders and then does this spinny little back pass to the point to Riley. The result is a truckload of space for Riley and a truckload of space for Marner to do their work. How did the Habs handle it? Well, here's the thing. I get sent screen caps all the time. I use screen caps in videos. They don't always tell the full story, right? Absolutely, no. Couldn't tell the full story. This one, however, does a pretty good job. That's like $30 million worth of offense just left wide open in the blue paint. Dude, what are you... Marner gets it through to Austin Matthews. Nope. John Tavares. Nope. William Nylander. Yes. Willie taps it in. He looks relieved because the power play has struggled, but I think they have done well enough lately that that is a thing of the past. 1-0. Nice and early. While Willie looked relieved individually to get a power play goal there, and not to mention, when the power play was clicking, he was on the second unit. I know he looked happy there, but the power play is such a unit thing. It's such a team thing. And case in point, Austin Matthews not getting a single point on that play. It's faceoffs, it's zone entries, it's creating space, it's decoys, it's so many things besides just passing and shooting. And I think we all agree this is the best Leafs team we've seen in quite some time. But the power play thing was definitely messing with their heads. But now the power play is looking better, it's producing better, and they got one early in this one. Honestly, it should be a wrap. I know we're about 90 seconds into a Leaf game, let alone a Leaf game against the Habs, and it is rarely over at 1-0, but given everything that I told you off the top with the Habs schedule and now how the Leafs are feeling, this game should be locked up. And you might go, Steve, that's ridiculous. No! The standard up here. It's called optimism, folks, and I'm giving it a try. I actually believe in them. So to answer your question, yes, I am. Now, this whole video feels like a long preamble leading up to this goal. Now what happened? Joe Thornton takes a penalty, the Leafs go to the penalty kill, Cole Caulfield even gets a shot on goal there, Jack Campbell makes a bunch of saves, the penalty kill looks good. Which leads up to this. The Leafs break it out. Rasmus Sandin, playing beyond his years, gets it to Morgan Rielly. Morgan Rielly to the offensive blue line to Nick Foligno, does a great job of keeping that play onside. Foligno goes for a pass, but Nick Suzuki cuts it off with a little kick and the puck is in the air. There's like fire, explosions all around him, save someone, eat a slice of pizza, save someone else. That's Austin Matthews. He sees the puck, finds the puck, hunts it, bats it out of midair to himself, shoots it off the bar and in, and even he's surprised. Can someone with animation skills please give him the Super Saiyan treatment? I want to see the eyes glow. I want to see the hair go blonde. A special beam cannon that Piccolo would have been proud of, and it's 2-0 Leafs. How is this guy a Leaf? How is this guy a person, like, on Earth? And earlier in this video, I said I was just laughing at this goal all morning. It wasn't the batting the puck out of the air, and it wasn't the goal, the ping off the bar. It wasn't Matthews' reaction. That's not what had me rolling. Ben Sherratt. Yo, you want an idea of what it's like to defend Austin Matthews? Look at that, look. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, man. Oh my god, looking like he'd rather be doing anything in the world right now. Can't believe I paused my game of Red Dead for this. Me and the gang just got to Clemens Point. That's like the best part. I have tears in my eyes. Oh. Austin Matthews is on the Leafs and it's pretty great. Good lord. Oh, no one has made me react like this, ever. Like, in the history of the Leafs. No one. And what's funny, now the pressure is kind of on the Leafs. It is. Because I don't give a good gosh darn, you cannot lose this game after that. You can't. The 4-goal game, they lost it. The pointing goal game, they lost it. The game where he did this against the Blackhawks, they did win that in overtime, but he scored the go-ahead late in the game, and they allowed the Blackhawks to tie it. This Matthews goal is a pristine pair of white sneakers. Please do not scuff them. And you know what's wild? What's wild? That's not even the best Austin Matthews goal in that building where he has batted the puck out of the air to himself and scored. He also did that in 2017. I tweeted it last night if you want to go have a look. It's even better because it's just a building full of Ben Sherratts. Everyone in the building just looking like, how were the Leafs allowed under the CBA to draft someone out of Area 51? That man is from outer space. He is a Namekian or a Saiyan, perhaps even a Protoss. He's not a human. And folks, I have news for you. He is a human, and he's a Leaf. It's pretty great. And then we all went to intermission where I assume both teams just watched that goal over and over and over again on their little iPads. Good gracious, goal is bodacious. That was... Imagine your life without Austin Matthews in it. Ooh. And you know what? It kind of overshadowed that Montreal actually outshot the Leafs 11-7 in the first period, and they weren't the easiest 11 shots. Jack Campbell did very well. Not to mention Austin Matthews had at least 2 other point-blank chances, and he was like mad at himself. Like, what do you expect? You think I have an unrealistic standard for the Leafs? Ask the Leafs! Anyway, second period. Now in the second, we know this fourth line is not gonna stick. It's not gonna be there forever. I would be very surprised. With Zach Hyman's pending return, whenever that's gonna be, and who on earth knows what's gonna happen with Riley Nash, this Thornton, Brooks, Spezza line, while great, I don't think it's long for this world. But wow, what a few minutes they had in the second. First little bit of niceness. Typical fourth line shift, get the puck deep, and attack. That's what Brooks does, and he steals the puck. The Leafs get the puck, and Joe Thornton draws a penalty. The Leafs don't score on the power play, but it's always better to have the power play than not have it, which is something that I think we forgot over the last month and a half. Then not long after that, Thornton digs the puck into the corner, gets it around the net to Jason Spezza, throws it in front for Adam Brooks, but he misses him, but Jake Muzzin gets it. He just floats one on, perfect tip, and it's in! Jumbo John Merrill? Oh, that's a gift from the hockey gods, that is. Joe Thornton is doing exactly what he's supposed to do. He's big, he's standing in front. I'm gonna be the big stand in front tip-in guy. But John Merrill took his job! My goodness, look at all the luck that the Leafs are getting, but they're making their own luck. Oh, they're gonna run up the score. Nick Suzuki comes in, rips an absolute laser top corner, Habs are on the board. You know what, Nick? Thank you for that. Keep me honest. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It may be uncomfortable. That made me uncomfortable, and I'll tell you why. PJ Stock was on one of the Sportsnet radio stations talking about the Habs versus Leafs prospective playoff matchup. If the Habs win, what is it going to take to get them there? And he was basically like, if Nick Suzuki gets going, look out. And then I listened to that, and then a few hours later, see Nick Suzuki do that, and I go, oh. Plus, even though the Leafs are up 3-1 after 2, the bad news is they've already given up 24 shots. The good news is Jack Campbell has stopped 23 of them, and he looks way rebounded from his bad little week there. And then Adam Brooks scores an empty netter in the third period, and it wasn't. There was 12 minutes left. Why'd they pull their goalie so early? Oh, apparently Justin Hull rings it around the boards. Jake Allen leaves his net like lots of goalies do and goes, I help. And man, the margin of error is this. Puck hops past Allen's stick for half a second before Jason Spezza straight in front to Adam Brooks. It's in. Dude, Adam Brooks is 24. And he's playing with Jason Spezza and Joe Thornton. And the wild thing is he's getting paid to do it. Adam, if you ever doubt yourself, even for a moment, don't worry. You're crushing it. Like, okay, I have played in charity tournaments. We've talked about this. I've played in the Easter Seals, Eric Lindros Celebrity Hockey Classic. And I look to my left, and there's Eric Lindros. And I look to my right, and there's John LeClaire. I am literally the third member of the Legion of Doom. I am Michael Renberg. And that's just Adam Brooks' life. That's his life. That is his actual life that he gets paid for, that he lives every day. That's amazing! And unlike me, he's not a passenger. He's actually doing extraordinarily well in this fourth line role. He's doing so well, in fact, that I'm seeing a lot of folks on Twitter who's coming out of the lineup, and a lot of people are saying it should be Galchenyuk instead. Ooh, that's a tough one. There's an argument to be made, but I tell you what, the Leafs, more and more every day, look like a team with the depth to make some noise. And for the rest of the way, the Leafs do a pretty good job limiting the scoring chances. Campbell allows just 1 goal on 33 shots. Leafs win 4-1. Nice and tidy, quiet finish to the game. Thank you for that. My heart thanks you. And now the Leafs have a second half of a back-to-back against the Vancouver Canucks, who also played last night, losing to the Ottawa Senators. I don't know if you've noticed this, but since beating the Leafs in 2 straight, the Canucks have not been so good. Yeah, I know you're not going to win every game, but I sure would like the Leafs to win this one. I haven't seen yet, but I assume Dave Riddick is going to get the start. Questions. This is not a question, but it's something I wanted to bring up. From the Toronto Six, congratulations to Michaela Grant-Mentis, this season's recipient of the Most Valuable Player Award in the NWHL. If you didn't have a chance to watch Grant-Mentis play, she was so good for the Six. Number 13, being Toronto's best player. Throwback, I like it. Seriously, if you feel like going down a YouTube or Twitch rabbit hole, Michaela Grant-Mentis highlights. She's legit. Also worth noting, Jason Spezza ties Maurice Richard in points with his 966th and does it in Montreal. Yeah, that stat's cool and all. I just wanted to point out that he's on the 4th line. Okay, a question. If this was Harry Potter, what spell did Matthews cast onto his gloves? You know, I spent a pretty despicable amount of time thinking about this answer, and I think I finally have it. Batting the puck out of midair. He's got the magical hands. They just seem light as a feather. Austin Matthews clearly has a hover charm cast on his gloves. Now, I don't know if that's legal, but shh, don't tell anybody. I like this one. Remind me why the Leafs traded Barabanov. 2 games, 2 points. And this is obviously from a Sharks fan. So I had a little conversation with Harrison last night. Remember how I said Spezza's on the 4th line? Honestly, I liked Barabanov as a Leaf, and I keep saying this. He was mostly on the 4th line, a little bit of 3rd, I think, but he even got an audition with Tavares and Nylander, where Galchenyuk is now, and I thought he was good. The puck just wouldn't go in. It refused. Galchenyuk plays a few games in that spot and was so good that we said, that's enough. And now, after the trade deadline with a fully healthy lineup, Galchenyuk might not even be in there. The Leafs are stacked, ridiculous, despicable on the wings, and they just didn't need Barabanov, and they're doing right by a player. They found him an opportunity because they promised they would, and that's how they keep attracting players. Even if they're not able to stick on the Leafs will find them an opportunity. They did it with Lettinen. They did it with Barabanov. They've done it with a bunch of players. They did it with Trevor Moore. They did it with Josh Levo. They did it with Carl Grundstrom. They did it with, there's another one that I'm forgetting. Oh, Barabanov, I think was the name. The Leafs' wing depth is fantastic. Suomela will come in to hopefully be center depth that I hope they won't need. Holy smokes, Adam Brooks is good. He's on a line with 3 centers, and it's the 4th. And how about we end with a little follow-up? Speaking of the 4th line, Jason Spezza spoke a little bit about his idea to pool money for the Marlies. He was a bit coy, but he did comment. Here's Luke Fox from Sportsnet quoting Jason Spezza. Crushing it, by the way, Luke. I don't really want to get into too much, but obviously we're a big family here. We feel for those guys. I got to know a lot of those Marlies really well through training with them in the summer. Great kids. You don't like seeing anybody go through a tough time, and those guys are grinding in a tough season and following all the COVID rules for them, and also so that we can have good success with avoiding COVID. We're all part of the same organization and same team, and it's important for us, so we recognize those guys. That little laugh in the middle of me reading that quote, by the way, was me laughing at how much I love Jason Spezza, who's a Leaf, by the way. A Leaf. A Leaf. A Leaf. And listen, I don't want him to be done. His numbers say he's not really close to done. He could be re-signed for next season and be totally fine. But whenever he decides he's done with his NHL career, he's done enough. He hopefully hits 1,000 points as a Leaf. I would absolutely adore the Leafs organization hiring him in some capacity. Make up a job. Make one up to keep Jason Spezza. Make it up. So my friends, that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends that Jason Spezza is a Leaf. And also to help donate in honor of Chris Johnston to conquer COVID-19. Link in the description down below. He's just such a good guy, you know?